everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of G&A podcast. I am literally every reincarnation of Thor you can think of in Vinland Saga to redo.
And I am your lesbian fashion designer, Soberoni.
uh, yes, and today on the G&A podcast, we are going to talk about all things anime as usual. This week, I am super excited to talk about. This week was a blessing. I was just laughing and having a good old time. Everything was just
It was a great week. It was really
it was. Let's just jump right into it with Vinland Saga episode 9.
Right, so more Thorfinn, more Thor in general.
More Thor. Wait, another Thor.
I'm beginning to think all these people just named their son Thor. Thor something.
Yeah, I was like, oh, right. Well, we like Thor, so Thor man.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, right?
So this was like actually jam packed with a bunch of action. The fighting scene, the duel between what's his name? It's Thorkell.
Thorkell and Thorfinn.
Yeah, Thorkell. Between Thorkell and Thorfinn, was really. I really liked the way it did, like this first person perspective when Thorfinn jumped onto the bridge in the beginning, and you kind of like see it from his perspective, and he's just jumping around and dodging the log that Thorkell's swinging around.
Yeah, and he did all that until he couldn't dodge no more, and then he got thoroughly fucked.
Yeah, Thorkell's kind of just like amazing. He might be my favorite character now on the show. He's just so fucking crazy.
I feel like he's the closest one that gives me that Golden Kamui feel.
Yes, he fits right into Golden Kamui. I also really liked. Well, first off, is he the one who was with Thor's in the beginning, in the very, very first episode when we had that flashback?
I believe that might have been him.
So
I think that was him.
I think so too, and that would explain why he reacted to Thorfinn being like, "Son of Thor's."
He's like, Thor? You mean that guy Thor? Oh, I'm out of here.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the action was insane, and my favorite part was after Thorfinn cuts off his fingers
and he's just like waves. Talking normally. He's just like, hey, come back. You just see the blood splatter everywhere.
Yeah, he's like waving, bye, hope we fight again. And his like fingers are all chopped off, bleeding out, squirting blood everywhere.
Ugh.
He is fucking incredible. I can't wait to see more of him.
Yeah, I also like that Thorfinn is taking his first like sound defeat so hard. Well, not his first sound defeat, but like first one in like battle, like in a war, as opposed to not counting Aslad.
Yeah. By the way, Askeladd is kind of just like, I like that he's such a dick. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the way he's just like, hey, what's your plan for dating Thorkell? What's not so much of a plan? Hey, Thorfinn, you still want to kill me, right?
Yeah.
Go kill this dude. And then when he finds out it's not working, he's like, oh, well shit. Thorfinn's getting his ass beat. Retreat!
Yeah. And even when Thorfinn shows up later, he's like, oh, well, you're fucked up. Well, we're marching, so if you can't walk with us, then I don't know what to tell you. I'll leave you here until we get to where we're going.
Yeah. And on one hand, I want to be like, damn, you ain't shit. But on the other hand, I'm like, okay, but this child is trying to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I can understand why you're, like, detached.
But, like, my problem with a lot of shows is when they have characters act kind of, like, irrationally or, like, you know, just, like, for the purposes of the plot, a character will do a certain thing that's, like, out of character. But I love that they're just so in character. Like, Askeladd doesn't give a fuck about Thorfinn, and he's just, like, using him constantly. So it would have been out of character if Askeladd was just like, wait, let's wait here until Thorfinn fights and then we'll rescue him or something. Like, it's always Thorfinn, the lone wolf, trying to pick himself up, and Askeladd just being like, whatever, you die, you live, I can use you some more.
Yep, and that is literally it. And I love that they were being very consistent with that dynamic.
I also am curious about we got some nice screen time for the king.
Oh yeah, who's like sending his son in like back to London?
Yeah, I think he's like leaving his son in command of that London force. of like 4,000 men. I'm curious to see if Thorfinn is going to be like, all right, I'm going to keep marching with Askeladd, or if he's going to be like, fuck it, I want to go back and fight this Thorkell guy again and see what's up with that.
I feel like he's literally just going to go wherever Askeladd goes, because that's kind of the whole point.
I know, I feel like that's going to happen, but I really want him to fight Thor. I don't want Thorkell to stop shot. I want him to be there. Like, I want Thorkell to replace Askeladd right now.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen. The rematch is gonna happen anytime soon because, like he said, sprained wrist, dislocated shoulder,
Nothing.
broken ribs.
That's nothing.
That's nothing to maybe Thorkell.
Yeah, Thorkell is missing like 2 or 3 fingers. I'm
Yeah.
sure Thorfinn can patch himself up.
Alright. I think we've said what we need to say about that. Let's move on to Danmachi episode 8.
Right.
Danmachi 2 episode 8.
The continuation of the, I want to say the prostitute arc.
That's fucked up. You could have said Ishtar.
Ishtar. The Ishtar arc.
Damn, even though, I mean, you also wouldn't be wrong. I'm gonna start by saying something that's going to, like, make you kind of upset.
Oh my god, already? We're doing this?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just had to say it, because that's just how I feel. I have to say how I feel.
Go for it.
So, yeah. For me, that whole initial fighting sequence with Aisha versus Bella and Makoto, easily better than the entire War Games.
Well, I would agree with that. It was because they actually put effort into animating it, but that's the point. It was just like a little 15-second fight scene versus like a whole episode that they're fully like they don't have that much of a budget.
It's JC Staff. Yes, they do.
No, they did. It's JC Staff. They're doing like 20 shows this season. They got to spread that budget around.
I mean, but Danmachi, isn't it one of their bigger ones?
It is, but they still don't have that much of a budget for it. Like that fight, the little mini fight with Aisha and Belle is by far the best animated fight scene they've ever done in Danmachi.
Oh, okay.
Easily.
Well, now that I've seen it, I have my expectations, so...
Well, maybe except for the bull fight in the first season. But that was like the climax of the first season, so they had to put a lot of budget into that.
By the way, I now have expectations.
Oh, no. No.
I know.
Oh, great. Now you're going to be like, oh, why is this fight... No, why is this whole episode-long fight not as well animated as this 10-second-long clip of a fight?
I know, it was just so like, that was satisfying. But that's my thing. Like, it's a huge problem if I'm satisfied with 15 seconds of a fight as opposed to like an entire fucking episode.
Yes, because they have less time. Like, if it's 15 seconds, they could put more resources into it and choreograph it better, as opposed to like a 30-minute episode or 25-minute episode where it would take like 100 times the amount of resources and money to animate it well.
First of all, the fighting... I'm talking about specifically, like, the last fight needed to be... If the last fight was, like, 15 seconds, like that, but it would look...
But then you would complain it was too short. You'd be like, oh, I can't believe this fight was only 15 seconds.
No, it's already too short. I already complained about that. See, that's my thing. If it's going to be short like this, I want it to be good. And that's it. Like,
alright, fine. I'm still gonna put it out there. You're not gonna see better animated fights than that. That was the pinnacle of what they're. Because
like you act as if like the rest of the episode is also very like a lot of animation. I'm like, no, that.
But that's the point. The rest of this episode wasn't like it was just okay animated. It was just whatever.
Okay, but I'm like, but there was a little moment where it was like really good. I just needed that moment in the War Games, and I would have complained a lot less. I'm saying my problem was just nothing about the War Games was anything about it was good for me, but as besides the point.
Anyway.
Now that we got all that out of the way. Exactly. But yeah, these Amazons are not fucking around.
Yeah, they took a serious, more adult turn with this season, which I'm happy with. I'm glad it's more spicy. Toad Girl, I'm gonna call her Toad Girl.
I write her as Toad.
Yeah, I mean, she's literally like Toad from X-Men, but like worse.
I mean, Toad from Mario. But no,
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
she is actually genuinely creepy,
Yeah,
and
he's
it's probably the
terrifying.
creepiest thing I've ever seen in an anime. Just like the prospect of her like kidnapping you and like locking you in her sex dungeon and like apparently torturing you.
Yeah, it's not really. You thought it was sex dungeon, but it's not really sex. You just tortures.
I'm sure she sexually tortures you. Like she'll
Oh
probably like
yeah.
ram a spiked dildo up your ass or something.
Oh yeah, probably.
And I love that Bell was genuinely terrified. Like this was the most terrified he's ever been.
He literally was crying in Haruhime's arms.
He was. I heard him cry less and be less hysterical when like someone stabs him. Like someone stabs him and he's like, "Oh, it's all right, we got this."
Oh god, it hurts. My god.
This situation, he was just like, please kill me.
I was actually shocked by like how like much he was freaking out.
Yeah.
But then also at the same time, when I imagine because when she literally cupped his crotch, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Literally my worst nightmare.
Yeah, where did that ever happen to me? I would just like try to mind kill myself or something.
I wish Hestia can fight just so I could see her fight the Toad. Yeah, like you touch Bell, that's it. God power time.
Smite.
The other major part of this episode was the Aisha backstory.
Oh god.
Which was also this whole episode was disturbing. Like the Aisha backstory was pretty disturbing too.
And she's like, hey, I follow Ishtar's orders because she broke me mind, body, and spirit. And I don't want to go through that again. So, nothing personal, kid.
Yeah. Although I did like the little aggressive head patting that she did to... it was like in between a head pat and a smack.
No, she definitely smacked her on her head.
It was like an affectionate smack.
It was lightly. It's like when they would like... Yeah.
Very affectionate smack.
She meant, but yeah, it's like those spots where I'm just like, I mean to cause you some pain, but like I'm putting some love in this slap.
Yeah, loving slap. My major issue with this episode was, and I know why. Just speaking of Vinland Saga, so with what I said about Vinland Saga is when I hate when characters act out of character because of plot and stuff. Belle being absolutely kind of just like pathetic and weak and like, oh, I can't save anybody. It was also kind of
Yeah, I didn't really get that. I'm glad you mentioned that because I kind of just like, I was like, oh, okay, like, I don't know how Aisha's sad story of the prostitute somehow just like took all your motivation to fight.
Especially now that you know that they're gonna kill Haruhime, like I would think you'd be like, no, my goddess would want me to save the innocent girl that saved my life, blah 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 blah. Like I just felt like this was just plot device. Oh, Belle is too shooken up to help Haruhime, so now we have to extend this for another episode.
The only reason I could think of, and I was waiting for them to mention it, it'd be like, oh, like he's conflicted because he's like, damn, I don't want to like save Haruhi and then subject this woman to being mind broken again by Ishtar and the Toad. That's what I thought of, but like they didn't say it. So
yeah, that could be it. I didn't think about that. The other thing I thought of was because I think she mentioned like this will start a war or something. So I'm like, but aren't you kidnapping? Like this is already a war between your families right now because you tried to kidnap Belle. Yeah, you're still going after Belle. So it's like, okay, you can just if it's a war, it's a war. I'm taking Haruhime and I'm taking Aisha. So you try to kidnap Belle, I'm kidnapping your familia now.
Except that would never happen because I'm pretty sure Aisha could just 1v2 them again.
Only if she gets the buff.
Oh yeah.
Only if she gets that buff. For anything, Haruhime could just buff Belle and just be like, all right, take on all these Amazons.
Oh my god. Yeah. This is the episode. It was still Yeah, like that. I think my was also my only gripe is just how he was all like, wah, 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 like.
Yeah, kind of just knocked on his ass. But decent enough episode, I'd say. He moves the plot along.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
let's move on to something I really enjoyed this week. Fire Force, episode 8.
Wow, I really felt bad for you and for
Tamaki.
Tamaki.
Oh, yes, Tamaki. I was really. They really went in on beating the shit out of Tamaki. This like they didn't. They could have just left it at 1 or 2 hits.
2 hits, but nah, he like kind of went in and almost murdered
I didn't
her.
need to see him curb stomp her like 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, like dark ball, bloodied and bruised. Like,
Though I was say the animation in this episode for that one ending scene of Tamaki crying was so overly animated and so beautiful.
right? Whereas I thought I was gonna just be able to see her pores, like.
Yeah, she was like moving constantly and like wiping her tears and smiling. It was like for a minute straight of her just crying. I'm like, all right, why is all the budget in this one scene of Tamaki crying? But getting back to the beginning of the episode, I don't know that I would call this a twist. I don't know. I have a problem with the twist in the series because it seems like it feels to me like they're rushing to get to the setting up the big bad guy, and they don't have time to set up plot twists. You know what I mean? Like they're just telling you what's happening. Like these people are bad. Like they didn't even give me time to suspect them or like try to piece together what's going on. They're just straightforward. This is what's happening. This is that. Like I don't feel like there's a mystery element to this.
I am surprised that they like said like I thought they're gonna the twist was like, oh, you thought it was someone from the Fire Force, but it wasn't. And then it is. And then it's not. Like something like that.
Yeah.
But now they're like, yeah, no, it's someone in the Fire Force and it's this dude. Obviously, in my mind, I think he's on like the lower end of the totem pole. That's how I'm like rationalizing it. Like he's not a huge big player because they literally found him out in one episode, and that's that.
But like for example, if I was, oh here we go. I'm going to if I was writing it, like I did with Fate Apocrypha, and everyone jumps on me. But if I were writing it,
vampire,
yes, everyone would be a vampire, and there'd be an army of no. So. For example, when they tried to do this weird fake out with Tamaki, where she was like talking to the kids, like, "Hey kids, let me take you to this." Like at the same time that they were explaining that someone in the Fire Force in the company was evil, and it was kind of like trying to make you think that Tamaki was also part of it. But at the same time, they were explaining it wasn't Tamaki; it was this other guy. I forget his name. Was it Rekka or something?
yeah, Rekka.
Rekka. So I'm like, so there's no. You're not faking me out. You're telling me who the villain is while trying to kind of fake me out with Tamaki. How awesome would it have been if, like, I don't know, they made you suspect Tamaki for, like, another episode or two where it's just like, is it Tamaki? And they were just, like, tailing her or something. Yeah. Or if Tamaki was the one who was the one doing it. That would be awesome.
Oh, my God. For a split second, I knew they weren't going to make her, but I'm like, if they did, that'd be, like, top 5 anime twists.
Exactly. Actually. That would be so awesome, but no. They're just kind of going the standard route with it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why I said it feels like it's shonen from 2000, because it's like...
Yeah, but even in... like, I feel like this takes away credit from them. They would never do a reveal this easily.
Like this, straightforward?
Yeah, like one episode, one and done. Like, this is surprising. But yeah, I'm okay with it because, like I said, he's literally the bottom of the poll. There's probably lots of people. There's lots of people in the Fire Force who are involved with this, and they just happen to catch one of many, which is what I think is happening. So I'm okay with that. If that's what's happening, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I guess so. I just hope it. I don't know. I wanted it to take its time a little bit more. What I did really like about this episode, though, is I always forget his. Is it Arthur? His rival's name.
Yeah.
It is Arthur. Right? Yeah, Arthur. Him being so stupid. Like, he's my favorite rival character at this point.
Yeah, because you're just so, like, effortlessly dumb.
I'm an assassin. Nah, I'm back. I'm back to being right, guys.
Change my class.
And his little pocket, like that one scene where he's going to open the drawer, and then Arthur comes and just fucking uses them.
Slices it, and then Shinra's just like,
really?
like, you know, everyone's going like, it's very obvious that we snuck in because they're destroying his property.
Little like comic relief moments like that are great.
Yeah, he's really good for that. I'm interested in knowing what this pilot light thing is.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
So it's like, yes, we know that it was Rekka turning children specifically, but it's like I feel like this pilot light, which is why I said I was fine with them revealing who it was, even though I think it was a little too fast. But it's like there's still a lot of questions, like where did he get this bug? What the fuck is the pilot light? What is this child like? Oh. What happened with the child now that he got infected with the bug and then turned into a infernal? Like, I have questions.
Yeah, we kind of need answers, so I'm sure they'll unravel the mystery as we go along.
Next episode, we're answering all those questions.
I hope
this arc.
I hope Tamaki kind of just like is like, fuck the first company, I'm going over to join the fifth company or the eighth company.
I feel like it's not happening, but I understand.
I want her to be a main character. I love her.
Yeah, I know. But we cannot have what we want in life.
We cannot.
So, with that very depressing note, let's move on to Dumbell Nan-Kilo Moteru, episode 9.
Yes. The Arnold Schwarzenegger episode.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger. Thank you very much. Oh my god. This episode was just so...
Like I said, it keeps getting more and more meta as the season goes on.
yeah, they really just are not. Like, I feel like I said joking how they're going to reach a part where they just don't care. And literally, in the first few lines, Tomi literally is like, wow, seems like the plot's moving quickly.
Yeah, that was like the opening line of the
I was like, okay, there's gonna be that kind of episode. Got it.
Yeah, I love that they're doing they just embrace the fourth wall breaking all over the place with this episode.
Oh my god, yes, it's so great. And they literally were just like, I love how they like revealed. First of all, I love how they downplayed all like the quote unquote drama. Or the drama shots where it's just like, ooh, like we're getting serious now, and then in reality, like they just break it all down. They're just like, oh, it's all this stuff has happened for like silly reasons. He's literally just here to see Machio.
Yeah, or like he dropped his phone in the water and stuff.
And Machio broke his phone while posing. Like,
the them trying to explain who he is, and then Sensei being like, oh, aren't you that guy from that movie with the kid in the future, I'll be back.
He's like, no. That's someone else.
Does that mean that there is a Arnold Schwarzenegger in this world? And he's like...
I have no idea.
And then they just start assaulting her.
I know, the reactions between like the fans, like which is like Hibiki and her friend. And then the other ones are like, I don't know who this guy is. Like, it's so, like, drastic.
Yeah. It was, you know, what we haven't actually had, it's been a lot more focused on Hibiki and less focused on, I forget her name. The other main character that we got introduced to in the very beginning. Akemi, yes. Like, she's become more and more of just, like, a background character as the episodes have gone on. Which is kind of strange. She hasn't had like a major episode in a while.
I mean, yeah, but there's just so many characters who I wouldn't say are better than her, but like they're good. Like they have really good niches. Like the girl from Russia is top tier. Satomi is top tier because she's always the one making the meta comments, including this episode. So yeah, just stuff like that. And then in the last episode, like the two teachers, especially like the older one.
And just seeing the them during the contest and everything. Oh no, there was another moment at the very end where they did another fourth wall break with the guys. Like
the assistant is Jason Sagatham.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
You're like, don't worry, I'll be in the background, guys, over here. You'll never see me again. Now I'm gonna specifically look at the background guys and see if I see him. If I see Jason Sagatham in there.
Oh, me too. Oh my god. I love how the Schwarzenegger, excuse me, kept calling them like geisha girls. He's like, hello, Russian, Japanese geisha girls. And then the Russian girl's like, I don't think he understands the concept of geisha girls. And then Satomi's like, I'm not sure if you're the one to talk.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much like just great comedy. Like this has definitely turned out to be, if it wasn't for Joushi Kousei, I don't know, I'd say this would be the surprise comedy of the season.
Yeah.
But it's tight between this and Joushi Kousei.
Yeah, it's like almost there.
Still a great episode. I'm looking forward to seeing how this continues. Hope we get to season 2.
It won't. But
I know.
it's anime about bodybuilding. Of course it's not.
Of course. Anyway,
well,
let's move on
to something that, if we're lucky, might get a season 2. Lord El-Melloi the Second, episode 9.
Yep. At least they explained how the servant came about. Kind of.
Did they? I thought they just literally. I thought it wasn't just like they summoned her.
Like evoked her. And like, oh, if you're a good enough mage, you can like evoke a servant under specific circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I'll take it. I ain't gonna nitpick. I'm not gonna nitpick.
I'm like, certain things have made less sense in this series.
Although I am curious to see how what Gray's power level is, if she can take on a servant. Like, what? Is she as strong as servants? Is that what they're implying? Can I bring her to a Grail War?
But this Hephaestion is like,
You think she's trash?
I wouldn't say she's trash. I'm just saying she's no Iskandar.
Maybe she's an assassin. Maybe she was summoned as an assassin. That's why she's so bad. She's just good compared to humans, but actually...
Hey. Hello. What's her face is right there. Shit, what's her name? One with the Hanging Garden.
Oh, well, she's also a caster. It doesn't count. She's a caster assassin.
What? I don't know. She just has the ability of a caster. Thank you very much. It still counts.
Nah. Although Saber did kill her pretty quickly, so I don't know. Maybe. But yeah. No. This was I feel like they're trying really hard to just work in all the concepts of like the Nasuverse into this plot, because then they were like suddenly like, oh, we're in the forest of the dead apostles. Let's make our Tsukihime references now.
I don't watch Tsukihime. I didn't even know Tsukihime was in the Nasuverse.
It is. I don't know if it's an alternate timeline or if they exist like side by side or whatever. But that's the part of the Nasuverse that deals more with mystic eyes and dead apostles, aka vampires.
Okay, cool. Oh no. Oh no, don't get any weird guessing, please. At least we know that a serial killer is responsible. So I'm interested in seeing who it is. Like, you know, like I'm enjoying the mystery so far.
Yeah, I'm really leaning on it being the the obvious glasses woman from the policy department with the snakes. But I'm like, that's so obvious. It's like, it's so obvious, and I'm like, it can't be.
I don't think it's her, because at the end of the episode, I feel like the snake woman was like, oh, I caught you, Olga Marie, taking out that head. It's clearly you. And I'm like, you stupid bitch, can you stop always, like, trying to pin it on the wrong person?
I don't know.
I feel like that's what's going to happen again.
Maybe. I'm just looking at her like it can't be this obvious. So I'm just gonna assume it's not you, even though I strongly think, or at least the story is making me think it's you.
Yeah.
There was no Rhaenys this episode, so that was a little depressing.
Oh, you'll live.
Although we did have zombie cooking, so that was great.
I was gonna mention that. Yes, zombie. Like this guy's literally killing zombies while cooking. I'm like, and I saw Cece go, and I'm like, oh, so he probably is just a straight up a necromancer.
I would totally watch that show. Imagine Gordon Ramsay as like a heroic spirit. It's just like zombies in a kitchen while cooking. Perfect.
Oh my god! And then we get to the part, and this only works as Gordon Ramsay, where like he'll kill one that got too close, and he just like his brain matter goes into the food, and it's like, what the fuck? You said that? And he gets so angry, he just starts killing more zombies. Ah!
Yeah.
Each episode, you don't know if he'll actually finish that dish. Half the time, he won't even finish the dish. He'll just go on a killing spree of vampire.
And he has to insult every zombie before he kills them. Like, I'll show you how to use a knife. And just throws the knife in their face or some shit. Oh, please.
Stupid Wanda. Idiot sandwich.
It's raw. And just like tears them apart. Oh, please do it. Fund it. Do it. Do it. Type Moon.
I believe in you.
Have guest stars like Emiya. Have Emiya cooking with Gordon Ramsay.
And then it just like cut to like it'll be cut like 2 minutes later, and then you just see them fighting in like unlimited blade works.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god, what if Ramsay's Double Phantasm is like in Unlimited Blade Works, but you're like on MasterChef and you have to impress him or something?
You just die. Like,
You just die if he's unsatisfied with your cooking.
What if their worlds, their reality marvels combine, and instead of just like a field of swords, it's just like cooking utensils,
Pans and pots and stuff,
and the pots, spatulas.
Yeah, do it. Someone fund it. Yes, I'm sure you can.
And give us the money.
It was our idea. We actually copyrighted it just now.
Yeah, so. Exactly. Boom. No choice. All right, let's move on to the next anime, which is Joushi Kousei no Mudazukai, episode 9, aka my episode of the week.
Same here.
I really actually would be surprised if it wasn't.
I'm so mad that it's all. I'm like, every time this show constantly upstages Dumbell, which would have been episode like Dumbell would have been the best comedy almost in any other season, but this show just keeps upstaging. I'm like, god damn, I feel so bad for Dumbell.
No, this is just too like I'm actually like I'm so tired. I'm so tired of this anime just fucking me up. I'm so tired of having to pause because like I can't believe they just did that. I'm tired. I'm tired of you, just because.
I'm tired of Lily being actually the best. Lily and
Loli. So tired. I was literally exhausted by the time from laughing too much.
The scene with Lily, with Lily going into Majime's house, and then her mom is like gonna pinch her cheeks or something, and Lily goes in for a kiss,
and then the whole music just freezes, and they're like, Lily. They took an all great awkward pause. I was like, god damn it. Oh my god. And then literally every time she gets angry and fondles Majime, and then she sniffs
her hands.
And like the second time it happens, I'm thinking the mom saw her. Mm-hmm. But then like she didn't. And then she's like, she mouths thank you and winks, and Lily just like
explodes.
Oh my god.
And just seeing Lily just like perv on everyone, including Loli, is just
she just pervs on everyone. Like I feel like every dude like low-key like was living their lives through her.
I'm inserting myself as Lily right now when I watch the show. I'm in Lily's shoes.
Oh my god, I love it in the beginning where Lily just like. First of all, I love Lily and Loli because Lily is
I'm like, shipping those two.
Yeah, they're like Lily's obviously like gross as fuck. Well, I actually kind of want to ship. I understand that, but I kind of like, maybe because I'm not a lolicon.
Mm.
I'm more shipping more like Lily and Majime
Yeah.
because they definitely have something.
Mm.
But yeah, the scene where they're talking about like bras and stuff, or like having like big breasts, and Lily's just like, oh my god, yes, all the what matters is like you finally like show like when you finally show them to the person that you like, and then Lily's like, why would you show them to the person that you like?
Yeah.
Huh, why is someone doing that? Why? And Lily's just like, hey, do you want to go bra shopping?
It just changes the topic.
Immediately. I realize this is not the first time Lily's done that either, where she's like led it into this conversation where, Loli's like, huh? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And Lily's like, I don't know, nothing at all. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, they have great interactions together. Oh, it's such a fun show.
oh my god, it really was. Like, this is what I think is literally like the first episode where it was almost no Baka or Wota or Robo. Like, very, very
Yeah,
little
they only had a
of
few
them.
lines. It was mostly just Lily, Majime, and Loli.
And this show proved that it does not need those three to make it work.
Although the scene where Loli keeps fucking up her just like makeup and stuff, and then just like
Oh
they're
my
standing
God.
there trying not to laugh their asses off.
I'm not gonna lie, the last one, I literally like I screamed at everyone's reaction. Damn, those bangs were rough. I was like, oh god.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
also,
this is great.
yeah. Also, I want everyone. Oh, also, Loli, when she was dressing clothes, she like. I was actually jealous of her because I'm just like, you look pretty in everything.
She does have a. The other thing I really like about this episode, yeah, is that they really accentuated her fashion. Like Loli looked amazing after her makeover. She can do a lot of with her looks.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. Well, as because she had the clothes sent from her rich mommy and daddy.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to Majime, who just has like hoodies and shirts.
Yeah, she's like, okay, so we can't do anything about this. You're hopeless. So let's talk about your hair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was kind of cute. That one point where like the twins. Do you remember that? Like, so random. Like she like the popular one trying to get her to come out, and then they're like, she's like, no, I don't want to come out, and she's like, translucent Michael Jackson.
I'm like, what?
Translucent
Michael Jackson. Nice.
What? Where?
You see, it's random shit like that always catches you off guard at any given second in the show. That just makes it so great.
Yeah, it was like that. That's literally what this whole entire episode is. That just me getting caught off guard for like 20 minutes straight.
Yeah.
When you think when they're going to stop, they don't. They're like, no, we're not done yet.
We got more for you.
Yeah.
There's the cast is so great. Like Yamai didn't even show up as much this episode, but we know she can.
There's that
hold
one
an episode.
scene.
Yeah. The whole cast is just wonderful.
Also, I hope to men who watch this, I hope you realize how much goes into a woman's appearance.
Well, I learned that Japanese B cup is an American A cup, so that's nice to know.
I mean, I figured that one. I was really surprised when she said B cup. I was like, B where?
I guess in Japan, that's where.
Yeah, like they were going in. Well, they didn't even touch upon makeup and like makeup. They literally could do a whole episode about makeup.
They could do a second part to this episode that is just about makeup and the rest of the.
Yeah, and then like for example, like the eyebrows. Eyebrows and women's and them doing their eyebrows. That's like a whole thing. That's like a whole different.
I don't know why.
Like part of your face. Because Oni, you don't. It's like you don't know it, but it's like you like it. You just don't know
I don't give a shit about eyebrows. I've never looked at a person and be like, yo, but their eyebrows.
Because they're already nice. It's like if they were fugly, of course you would see them, but they're not because they're nice, like the rest of her face.
I mean,
like
in order to have fugly eyebrows, they would have to be like a unibrow or something. Then I would notice it. I don't know. It feels like one of those things you just don't notice.
You don't notice until it's fucked up. So yes, so if you have a girlfriend, be thankful that she bothers getting pretty for you because it's a lot. Trust me, I would know. I've put on makeup before and done things like eyebrows and all that other shit, and I'm like, no, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't want that to be me, so I ain't bothering with all that stuff.
Yes, sorry, Loli. You can't give Oni a makeover.
She could try.
And fail.
Probably.
Miserably.
Alright. Let us move on to... Actually... Is that what I see up next? Is that what's next?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's move on to Fruits Basket, episode 22.
Let's try to talk about this without wanting to literally end our own lives.
I meant to say last week that I was upset that, Hana didn't get her own backstory episode since the other friend got one, but no, we got it. So we got the Hana backstory episode.
It's pretty devastating.
I love the contrast between Hana's family and the Soma family because Hana's cursed too, so she has a family that has to deal with her curse. Yet her family is not a bunch of assholes. So
yeah, they're just like, oh, but we love you, and and we're gonna be there for you, and we worry about you because we love you. Support.
Support.
Yeah, but like it's really cool because like in this episode they more or less like confirm that she actually does have powers. Like I feel like you could have written off as like a little skit that they do, like, oh, I'm just like the goth creepy girl or whatever.
And
so,
she
like,
actually does have powers.
Yeah. And they go through like all of it, like
apparently really strong powers too. She fucking
knocks somebody out. She's like actually like low-key Akira.
Yeah, and it backs up my theory that Japanese school kids are actually one of the worst things on the planet. Yeah, like Japanese school kids are up there with the Nazis.
Yeah, and then right behind them is their middle school kid.
Yeah. Jesus, like I know, I've seen people get bullied. I was bullied in school a bit too, but ain't nobody tried to like burn me with a match or like make me eat a lizard or something.
Literally, like, ugh, you eat newts, you're a witch. Ugh, let me throw it in your food.
Yeah, and that's okay. I'd stick to just getting like shoved and punched, not poisoned or burned, thank you. I kind of was like siding with Han. I was like, shit, I hope this kid does die.
Yeah. Also, I am official stan for Megumi. He's launched himself into my top 5.
He's actually the best.
I mean, I loved him from the last episode because he was so insightful and wonderful. Like, I feel like he could be my therapist. Like,
he needs a more prevalent role in the show for sure because he just like spits that wisdom like crazy.
Like he has so much wisdom and nothing but like despite his appearance, he gives me nothing but like good vibes and like gives me good wisdom, hopefulness. Like. We honestly, to end this whole conflict, we just have to put Akito in a room with Megumi.
Oh, please.
And, you know, either two things are gonna happen. Either one, Megumi is going to tell Akito all about himself, and Akito is gonna be like, oh my god, I'm an awful piece of shit. Or he's gonna try putting hands on Megumi, and Megumi's just gonna curse him and kill him. Either way,
we win.
Either way, I win. Like.
Ugh. Yeah, it was... This episode... I love the backstory episodes, surprisingly. Normally, backstory episodes, I feel like, are just kind of...
But I like both.
Yeah, but they were both part... Like, these 2 episodes, for both of them, were probably among the best in the series so far. I don't know, I just really liked Hana's backstory. Also, I loved her dad. Her dad was just like so also speaking words of wisdom and being so reassuring and nice.
Mm-hmm.
And her mom is just super hot.
I'm so glad you're focused on.
Her dad has amazing taste. Her mom is like, at first I thought it was her sister. I'm like, oh shit, her sister's hot, and I was like, her mom. I'm like, oof. Her mom's the best.
Speaking of hot, that one scene where I forget the blonde girl's name. I just call her Uo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's her first or last name, but yeah, she's in her casual clothes and she was still like really hot.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know it's only one scene that you're just in casual clothes, but you're still stupid hot, by the way.
Yeah. Toru and her friends are... Hana herself is actually pretty hot, too. Toru has really hot friends. That's what I'm basically trying to say. Toru's friends are hot, and her friends' moms are hot. We should hang out with Toru more often.
Also, crying Hana, like, broke my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was like, I'm showing emotion for the first time in the series.
More Hana, please.
Please, and thank you.
Alright, let's move on to the last show of the week. Carole and Tuesday, episode 20, or episode 19.
And I like this episode. I liked I'm pretty sure I liked every episode, but
this week was very strong. It was a very strong
Yeah.
in anime, but yeah, this episode was. I'm glad we got the conclusion to the Stalker arc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they literally just told Tao about it, and Tao's like, "I got you."
Tao's like, actually, I'm Batman, so I got this.
Yeah. Although, like I said, like Tao points out the very obvious that he's like, this person is clearly hacked, like your shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, this actually was very Tao focused.
This was a Tao focused episode.
Because, like, right after they talk about the Stalker, then fucking Jerry Egan, aka douchebag villain person, is just like, oh, work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need your research so I can hypnotize people into voting for Hillary Trump. And then he's like, no. And he's like, you will work for me. And then he's like, eat ass.
I'm kind of wondering if this is gonna like tie everything together this way, like where it's like Tao's gonna get captured by them, and then Angela and Carole and Tuesday have to work together to like stop Tuesday's mom and save Tao or something.
Interesting. This is a way that they can be connected outside of their rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carole talks to some rapper, some fucking Migos ass looking dude named Ezekiel. And then Ezekiel's just like, I don't know who you are. And I'm just like, okay, first of all, if this is real life and you saw, well, he probably avoided her altogether because he doesn't know her.
Yeah,
like,
in one of Carole's flashbacks, she was like protecting a kid that was getting beaten up. So I'm thinking that that's Ezekiel. Like maybe he was bullied.
I guess we'll know next episode. I am thinking about that.
Hope you hear him rap.
Oh yeah, I'd love to listen to a rap song. Also, Erdogan wears the Who Am I shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I love that. That's like part of his outfit now.
Yeah, that's just his thing.
Yeah. And the little fake out that the Stalker used was like kind of cool.
It was like he's a smart stalker. See, that's the kind of plot twist that Fire Force needs.
Yeah.
Like, how is Carole and Tuesday's plot twist better than your plot twist, Fire Force?
Shonen, what can I say? But yeah, and Tao just like microwave mind scrambler.
I thought his brain was just gonna blow up or something.
That would've been cool. And I love how like that happens, and then it looks back, and Tao just like thumbs up.
Yeah, I got this. One thing I did not like about this episode was the music. I think Erdogan's song with Angela was okay.
Because it was
Like, I like
And
EDM.
it would have been fine, but like when she started like doing the auto tune like ad libs, is like this
Like, I'm
does not
normally
sound like your voice
fine.
at all.
I'm fine with that, but it has to be somewhat creative. Like, going back to Gravity Bounce, that was awesome. So,
Exactly, but yeah, this just sounded like an EDM song
this was
with
very
like vocals.
generic-y. And,
Yeah.
but no, even compared, like, that was generic-y. I hated Carole Tuesday's song.
I liked it.
It was way too, like, slow and folksy. I don't know.
Do you not realize that this is literally their type of music?
It is, but they've done better. Like, they've done better homey songs. This was just way too. It did not. It was even too slow for me. It was just bad for me. I didn't
I liked it. I liked the intimacy. I mean, was it my favorite song? No, but I liked it definitely more than Angela's song.
it. I don't like. I'd put them both similar tier because I'm just like clearly, probably among the worst of both of you two. Also, that song did not fit that venue. If I was at that venue, I'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, it didn't. They're like, oh, we're at concert, but we're gonna kind of jam like it's like that's like the first song you do, or maybe like the second or third song you do in a set. That's not the song you do. Like if you're performing at a concert. So
I give them a pass though because it's like this show has literally been perfect in terms of its music so far. So
yeah,
I give them a pass for having one or two lackluster songs here and there.
agreed. Also, is Angela like? Is that always her vocals? Like, is it the same person?
I'm pretty sure it's the same person.
I feel like it is. It's just like the EDM song was so distorted. It's like I kind of heard that like that. It sounds like she's English.
Maybe.
No, because like the way she enunciates, like it's very like some words are very thick, like in a way that like most American people wouldn't pronounce their words.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, like maybe like after the podcast, I'll like I'll show you what I'm
do
talking
some
about.
research. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you guys enjoyed this episode of the G&A podcast, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you can catch us every week as the podcast goes up. Also, make sure you join the party over in our Discord, follow us on Twitter, and follow us on Twitch. We will be updating our Patreon very, very, very soon, so make sure if you want to, you can donate to us on Patreon. There's a link in the description, just like all these lovely patrons on screen do. And Drew, you have anything you'd like to add?
Also, shout out to Angela's outfit. That, like, I loved the way she wore her hair. It was very cute.
Yeah, her outfit was pretty nice. But until next week, this has been Soberoni, and
Scooby-Doo.
we'll catch you guys later. Later!
Bye.